Hello and welcome to Team 28 Senior Design Project for Computer Science and Engineering, which is sponsored by COCC. The purpose of Team 28's project was to design and implement a voice assistant into COCC's mobile banking framework, which is implemented for dozens of banks across New England. After contemplation and comparison between options, the team decided to use Microsoft's Azure AI library to transcribe the voice commands. This was chosen due to its cost-effective price and its native library in both implementation languages, namely Objective-C and Java. The team was to connect the front end of the application framework to the Azure library, then map transcribed commands to functionalities and execute those functionalities through COCC's HTTP API. Some of these desired functionalities were balance checking and account transfers. Our solution was to simply create a button in COCC's mobile banking framework user interface to activate its text-to-speech pop-up. Upon input from the user, the program would take this input and send it to Azure's transcription API, which would give back plain text. After receiving the textual transcription, our algorithms would map the text strictly defined set of activation phrases, which was used to avoid misidentifying user intentions. This is done because in the application's user space banking, it is important to make sure that all actions are purposeful and not mistakes. After either completing the command and/or receiving an error, the software then returns an alert dialog with the resulting information. Now we'll move on to the demo portion of our presentation.
Balance. Transfer 7 from checking to savings.
As far as challenges, Team 28 had difficulty with establishing proper testing for the networking portion due to scoping issues with creating authentication parameters. The authentication parameters were scoped based on the main window of the user application, which made it difficult to isolate authentication parameters for testing. Additionally, the team had to familiarize themselves with web-based mobile applications, specifically WebView-based applications, which after some time became easy but was initially difficult. Lastly, we felt our debugging and testing was difficult due to technical limitations from the Android emulators provided by Android Studio and previously mentioned authentication parameters. All in all, the team very much enjoyed the time spent on the project and appreciates the opportunity to work on this application and enjoyed working with COCC to get this done.